Part 28 is installing a child theme. I'm not going to do a very in-depth tutorial on, setting up a child theme or do too much explaining about how a child theme really works. But what I will do is show you basically how to set one up so that you can have one active on your site, and generally what its purpose is in case you need to make any PHP changes in the future. So a child theme is basically a compact version of your parent theme, an extremely compact version of your parent theme. But the child theme, all it's going to do is pull from the resources of the parent theme and allow you to make custom code changes to your theme without actually changing the parent theme's files or manipulating the actual files of the real theme. So if you need to, for whatever reason, make adjustments to the code in your theme, it's recommended that you use a child theme, because if you don't, when you make custom changes to the code in your real theme and the time comes for you to update the theme because the developer released a newer version of that theme, when you make that update through WordPress to the theme, to the newer version, it's going to overwrite whatever code you adjusted, whatever custom changes you made to that code. So you definitely want to go ahead and prepare to make PHP changes. Even if you don't ever make any PHP changes, it's good to have a child theme active, just in case you need to hire someone to fix something that breaks on your website and they are required to make any PHP adjustments. Okay, so you might not have any idea what PHP means, what it means to edit code. You might not have a clue. So let me just walk you through setting up a child theme so that you can, be prepared. It's better to be prepared. So if you've been following this course, you should have Sublime Text installed on your computer. You want to open that up. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and just minimize it. You want to open your folder structure, which will look like this. You're going to go to the WordPress folder and to the downloaded themes folder. Assuming you've already downloaded your theme from a theme resource such as Template Monster, or I think Template Monster is still a thing. Themeforest.net, which is where I recommend. Let's say you downloaded your theme and it didn't come with a child version of the theme. It'll just have a zipped folder or compressed folder with the title of your theme in all lowercase letters. The first thing you'll need to do is either extract this by right clicking and choosing extract here, or uncompressing the files if you're on a Mac. I know on Windows you can double click the zipped archive and you can actually browse through your theme's files. So that's what I prefer to do. I'm just going to browse through the theme files in the zipped archive. I'm going to search for screenshot.png, style.css, so I'll use the command or control key to select multiple files, style.css, and I'm going to drag those out to my downloaded themes folder. Now we have our main theme zip file, we have our screenshot.png, and we have our style.css. I'm going to double click the style.css to open it with Sublime Text, and I want to double click this black background to open a third tab. I'm going to move this over. So we've got two untitled tabs and a style.css tab. Okay, this last style.css is our style.css, our style sheet for our parent theme. We're going to create basically a duplicate for the child theme. I'm going to minimize this window and I'm going to create a folder here. New folder. We're going to title this folder the same title of our theme in lowercase letters. In my case, it's Runneby, RONNEBY. We're going to append an underscore and the word child. I'm going to double click this folder to enter it. I'm going to open Sublime Text. In my first Untitled tab, I'll click File, Save As, and I'm going to go over to that new folder I just created. We're going to name this file style.css. In my second Untitled tab, I'll save this as functions, functions.php. Save. So in our style.css, we're going to type out / and you could copy and paste this from the parent themes style.css, which I'm going to go ahead and do to make it easier for you. So line 1 should begin with the /, line 2 or 12 should end with the /. The main things we need are theme name, theme URI, theme description. We can delete version, or actually we can change version from whatever your version is. In my case, it's 2.0.5. I'm going to change this to 1.0.0. Got the author URI. We can remove the tags line, all the way down to your license, and I'm going to add another line called template. I'm going to hit tab until this lines up with our other column of text, and I'm going to name this template line in lowercase letters the name of our theme. In my case, it's Runneby. Don't forget to add a colon after your title, your word, and it might automatically add a semicolon. Just delete that if it does. And I'm going to change the theme name to Runneby Child Theme. So for you, whatever your theme name is, add child theme. So child theme can have space and capital letter at the beginning. Template has to have lowercase letters. So the template name is actually the name of the zipped archive that you downloaded, or the folder that your parent theme is saved in. So in our case, we have runneby.zip. So the template should be called Runneby, lowercase letters. Theme name, Runneby child theme. I'm going to save this. In our functions.php, we need to type the less than symbol, question mark, PHP. Also type enter or hit enter. So break the line, do / Afferson, space. I like to type code goes here. Hit enter one time. You should have 3 lines and gray text on line 2, white text on line 1. Save your changes. Now we can close the style.css that we downloaded from our parent theme folder. We can delete it actually. We can take this screenshot.png, drag it into your child theme folder. You want to open up your web browser, log into WordPress, go down to Appearance and Themes, click on Add New. click on upload theme, click choose file, and since we can't actually select a folder, what we can do is right click on this child theme folder we created and navigate to send to in the menu and send it to a compressed zipped folder. If you are on a Mac, you'll just have the option to compress the folder or to save, to archive it. Now once we send this to a zip folder, it'll automatically change the name of the zip folder to the name of the folder itself. We can double click this to upload it. Click install now. Now instead of using activating this theme, we're going to click on live preview to make sure that our child theme actually works. So our theme should look just like our theme did when we installed and activated the parent theme. Give it a second to load. So I have a pretty asset heavy theme installed, so for me it may take a little longer to load. Now it looks like everything loaded properly. I'm gonna wait till this browser finishes and I'll do a little scrolling. Everything is there. So obviously I have a blank page, but everything loaded properly. That means that our child theme is it's installed properly. We set everything up. The files are created properly, and it looks like we've entered the code into our Sublime text documents, our style.css and functions.php properly. So obviously no code is actually in the functions.php. This is just, here in case you need to add custom functions later. Your style.css, all this does is basically calls for the parent theme to load specific files from the parent themes folder. We can close Sublime Text. We can go back here and if you want to delete the zip archive that we used to upload to WordPress, because we don't necessarily need it anymore. And let's go and close, or we can click save and activate to activate this child theme. So it's gonna say saved. We can use this X to exit out of the customizer. Let's go back to appearance, themes, to make sure our child theme is active and it has an image. Awesome. So active, running by child theme. Boom, we're good.